Hello, welcome back to Gotham Sound's NAB coverage day 1, not 2, but 1. Here with Andrew from Deity. Andrew, no hat this time.
It's
what
a
is
hair
happening?
reveal.
It's a
I
hair
have
reveal.
too much hair. The
How
hat
long?
doesn't fit. It's long.
How long did it take to grow? That is long.
I think I had a haircut last summer.
Wow. Too
Yeah.
busy, or are you making a statement?
A little bit of both, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna embrace the gray finally. I'm gonna reveal it.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's nice and textured, and you've got all sorts. People pay for those kind of highlights.
That's what I'm telling myself.
All right, well, look, we're not here to talk about hair as much as we could, but we got people watching online. If you have comments, leave them down below. But people are excited about the PR-4.
Yeah.
So let's talk
This
about
has
that.
been, I think, one of the most exciting things we've launched in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I've not sat down all day. What's really awesome about this is it's not just a recorder in the sense of like it's a compact musician's recorder being repurposed for video, like we've seen for years, or we've tried to do ourselves for years. What's really cool about this is it's video-centric first and foremost in its ergonomics. You see that in the way that it sits in a sound bag. We mimic that classic ENG style bag build first and foremost. But what we did was we put the inputs on the left, or sorry, the right side, the outputs on the left to mimic that classic interface you'd see on an ENG camera.
Yep.
So when we do stuff in the camera rig, you have your XLRs on the dumb side of the camera. The outputs cascade right into the inputs, and we can do audio and time code from here down. So it's video-centric first and foremost as a recorder. And it's got brand new preamps that we've designed just for this recorder, which is why we also had the redo and come out, finally announced today the PR-2 Mark II exists, and it's got the same preamps as the PR-4.
So these are upgraded preamps. What's different about the preamps?
So in every single layer of the preamp design was reimagined to get the self-noise ever lower than before that we've ever done. We've also designed it to have more gain than any preamp that we've ever done.
Okay.
So now we're pushing 60 dB of gain. We're hitting a negative 107 or 127 dBV. So it's down there with what it should be. So it's allowing us to do stuff like we've got some podcast microphones over here that are dynamic. We can push those mics and they still sound fantastic.
So you don't need a
without
cloud
all
lifter.
the hiss. We don't need the lifters. You can run portable. This is our podcast setup. You just screw your little tabletop tripod, self-powered, throw it in a backpack. We're only using the tripod because it angles the screen for better visibility. But it's 32-bit float, so you don't really need to worry about your gain settings at all.
And then how, so you said self-powered. How is this powered?
So it's powered through the MPF battery. So this will give us a little over 9 hours of runtime. And you can charge it in the unit. So unlike others that require you to flip out all your AA batteries, go throw them on charger, everything else, plug into the USB-C, you charge the unit. So at night, you're done with your shoot. Plug it in. Next morning, it's ready to go.
Just like you would your phone.
Just like you would with your phone.
Absolutely. Wow.
And it's got two outputs. These can be balanced outputs. So left balanced, right balanced. They can do single channel. So if you want your boom coming through and you want to send a boom balanced out to something else, you can do that as well. Or it can be 4 unbalanced. So left-right mix, on both of these, send to different cameras. So if you want to do headphones and then multiple headphones, you can do that as well.
Do that. And you can adjust the level on that.
You can adjust the levels as well.
And so it's the PR-4, right? So it's got 2
4
XLRs.
inputs, yeah.
So
2 XLRs. That's mic 48. And then on the 3.5, we've got line mic and then mic 5-volt bias for passive microphones or lavs. And then we also have an AES mode. So AES 3 and AES 42. And when in AES mode, we can do 4 channels of AES.
Got it.
On both XLRs.
So you could interface with a, like a
like
WYSICOM
a quad receiver.
Or,
Yeah. You get your WYSICOM, you get your Electro, any of the
Zaxcom,
quads,
yeah.
the Zax,
Sound
AES
all
right
those.
in. set this up, set on your Automix. It's going to give you a reference track for post to kind of refer to, but then still give you all your isolated tracks as well.
So 4 inputs, 2 knobs on the front. How do you adjust all of those things?
This has been a big question because we kind of forgot to tell people this in the launch film and on the website. If you tap the screen, it's a touch screen. We forgot to tell people about that as well. It's been very busy, very complicated product. This actually changes your banks. And then if I want to go to, say, channel 4, I just push in, and now I'm in track 4's menu. And then I just hit back. So if I need to pop into a track like channel 1, I'd make sure I'm in that bank. And now I'm in channel 1, and now I can set what I want it to do.
And then these knobs are changing depending on what bank you're in.
They're change what bank you're in, and then we also have a basic and advanced mode. So if you want these also to be faders, you can do that as well.
I see. And so you were showing me before that there's also some swiping involved. So this is...
Yeah, so if I want to do, say, swipe down, I'm now in my next take, and I can go in and I can set up some information and file names and folders for my next take. If I want to see what my last take is, I just swipe up, and I can readjust the metadata on that. If I want to do time code, I just swipe to the right. I'm directly in my time code menu. So it's very similar to like a smartwatch in the fact that you don't have a lot of physical controls, but through gestures, we can hop in and out of type of stuff. And that means we don't have to do very large, goofy buttons on such a small screen. By doing swipes, we can keep the high resolution, beautiful screen, lots of information delivered to you, but you're still able to navigate really quickly.
Yeah, great. Okay, perfect. And these have been, this is kind of interesting. You see the on-off switch on the top?
It's a locking on-off switch, so if you just want to leave this on, because we also have that 4-pin Hirose compatible port. So if you hook this into a larger ecosystem as your backup recorder, and you're taking the AES 3s off of, say, a bigger recorder on a cart, this could then power up with your cart, and you just hit the record button.
Okay.
It's got an SD card for up to a terabyte and a 64 gigabyte SSD internal that can record a separate mix. So if you want to do left-right to an SD card, and you want to do a backup with a polyphonic file that has all your tracks recorded, you can do that. However you want to, mess around.
All right. So look, we got a bunch of comments and questions. First of all, people love the hair and the hat, so we've gotten some engagement there. Kyle wants to know if you're using it as a backup recorder, can it be triggered to record at the same time as a main recorder? Is there like a GPI or anything like that?
We don't have GPIO yet. There's not really a way to get it in. Timecode is in and out. So adding rec record as an option for external triggering is a feature we could add via firmware. We just haven't added it today because, again, initial thought was this is a cute little ENG bag. It's a camera interface. You guys, the customers, are trying to push it to the limits, and we love it. But we could not have predicted it.
Yeah.
But it's an option.
Okay.
So you guys want it, comment more below in every post, and our engineers will see it, and we can get it knocked out.
Does it have a compressor or remote control? Antoine Holiday wants to know.
Say that again?
Does it have a compressor or remote control? Antoine Holiday is asking.
It has a limiter that is post-digital 32-bit float conversion. So you can technically record 32-bit float, and I believe the limiter sits between the mix so that when it gets blended into the stereo, that's when it's getting limited, not in the ISO. I can't confirm that. It's a little... the stack is very funny when you get into some of these routing menus and how we designed this device. It's very... oh boy, is it complicated. You want to know why the PR-8's not out today? It's because it's complicated. We do have a limiter that allows you then to do the whole 32-bit float thing into a 24-bit space.
Ah, okay.
So I know there's people out there, I don't do 32-bit float. Okay, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be cool if you just had a device that kind of still lived in both worlds? That's what we have.
Absolutely. Okay. So another question about this. Hold on one second. Where did it go? Hold on. Man, there's just so many.
It's okay.
All right. So HSMe says they pre-ordered a PR4. Will this work as a USB interface?
This works as a USB stereo pair out. We have not enabled all the options for USB yet.
Mm-hmm.
It is on the roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't want to promise something that we couldn't deliver on day one. Know that it's a dream of ours to enable this. Don't let that affect your pre-orders. Don't buy pre-orders based on promises.
Exactly.
I don't want to make you guys upset, but we know it needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're planning. Give us some time.
It's coming. All right, so you touched on the PR-8, which MC Productions asked about. Also asked about the D4RX.
D4RX, yeah, that is.
Is it complicated?
It's complicated.
Uh-huh.
Again,
4
channels and a very slim package with not a lot of space to add a lot of PCB.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why 4 channels have taken other brands with much bigger departments till just recently to come out. We're not that big.
Yeah.
It's going to give us a little bit more time. We're ambitious. We're trying.
Got it. So Kyle wants to know the preamps, are the preamps analog or digital?
The preamps are both.
Right, because it does AES in.
It does AES. So it has gain on the analog side. There's 2 ADCs for every single input. That's how you're able to do the 32-bit float.
Yep.
And then once it's brought into the digital space, some other processing can happen to it, like EQ, limiters, and some other stuff that we have, like phase and inverts and all that kind of stuff in there as well.
But the gain is applied analog.
Yes.
And then converted to digital.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. And then, let's see, where's the question about the PR2? Okay, Marco Cini asked if the PR2 is going to record stereo in 32-bit float.
No.
Okay.
It's still going to be 24-bit in stereo. It's still primary purpose is pocket recorder
One
with some
mono
bonus.
lav.
Yeah, mono lav, dual ADC, stereo. Split those ADCs out. That's how we're kind of handling that.
Got it. So it'd be one source. So it's stereo. What is the what one is like 10 dB hotter than the other, or what's the?
Oh, the ADC separation. I don't know what the actual separation off the top of my head is between the two. But when we go to stereo mode, we compensate and split them for left and right. And then in mono mode, we fold them back in together for 32-bit float.
Why would you want to do stereo mode?
So it came from the people who do all the field recording, who want to record. We also make a dual-headed lavalier, so you could just clip these 2 lavs like 3 feet apart in Omni to do an A/B recording setup. The 32-bit float, it's for people who want to do like, I want to record a bird or a creek or all the sound effects.
I see.
But so it's super small.
So it's 2 lavs at 24-bit,
Yes.
1 lav at 32. That's what I
Yes.
wasn't understanding.
Yes.
Okay. And is there a possibility that this will do 48-volt Phantom, the PR2?
PR2 48-volt Phantom, no.
No. Okay. Not there yet. Let's see. Okay.
But you could go to Gotham Sound and get the X Vive that adds 48-volt Phantom via USB-C rechargeable battery inside. Plug that in. Then, of course, you get your Gotham Sound XLR cable, the TRS in, and you're done. Boom. GothamSound.com.
There we go. Perfect. Get a sticker. Kyle Sterling also said tomatoes. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm growing nine breeds of tomatoes, and he's a tomato guy.
Oh, nice.
He wants my tomatoes.
All right. Very good. All right, very good. So, Johnny asked about the PR6. I assume that's the same as the PR8.
Same as the PR. The PR6 is dead because we added 2 more channels of AES in development, and now it's a PR8.
Got it. Okay, perfect. All right. So, is there going to be any auto mixing involved in the PR4?
So the PR4 has a brand new auto mix algorithm that we came up with. It's called Voice Aware Automix, and it determines based on the signals coming in who is speaking it, which faders need to come up, and that way you don't have the backgrounds building on top of each other in your mix from just having 4 open mics in a room.
Got it. Wonderful. All right. Is there going to be Bluetooth headphone monitoring on the PR4? Oh, does it work with the app? Does it work with Sidus?
It works with the app. Sidus app also got an update this week. We now support the iPad in full horizontal big mode. You can see a lot more. You can do a lot more. And you can monitor via the app if you hit the buttons with the headphone, but direct no, the latency would throw you way off. I mean, even really good headphones on Bluetooth, you're looking at only 40 milliseconds, which is a lot if you're in the same room. And then if you buy cheap Bluetooth headphones, because I can't control what you buy, it can be 120 milliseconds.
Yep.
Like, it can be a nightmare of echo.
All right, is the VMIc D4 still being made?
No, the VMIc D4 was discontinued shortly after 2022.
And what are you making instead of the VMIc D4?
We make the VMIc D4 Mini, which has an input that allows you to loop through. So if you're running those little compact lav systems from all these other companies on your camera, you could, instead of building out a full setup, you can plug in one of those into the input. That'll then put it on the right channel. The VMIc D4 Mini will be on your left channel. And that way you can have two channels into your little mirrorless camera without a full setup.
Got it. And the PR, you mentioned this, it does support AES-3 and AES-42? Or
Yes.
Okay, got it. So you could use a digital microphone, KMIT,
So we've been testing the stuff over from Shoops, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah. And yeah, literally they're right across the street.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll see them tomorrow. What is, and we'll wrap things up in a minute, but I want to give people more time to ask questions. What is the most common thing you've been asked about today? Because we're getting towards the end of day one. I'm tired. You look less tired, but also tired. What is it?
I think the most interesting questions we've been getting is about workflows. We started this live stream with someone asking some questions like, how can I push it with rec run and things like that. The amount of integral questions, like I think the craziest question I got asked today was whether or not the USB-C was asynchronous or synchronous in terms of communication with PC USB audio. And I'm like, what? It works. You plug it in. Like, I don't. What's the depth of this question? I don't know what are you getting at? Like, what's your workflow here that you need this information? And it's been amazing to see people who normally would not come to Deity with workflows that are very advanced, hoping to find a gem in the PR4. And we've been able to help most people understand how it could fit their needs. Because I was talking to a friend just this past week about it, and he goes, it's got AES-3. And I'm like, yeah, I told you wanted this. He goes, yeah, that would be like a really small, nice bag for some of my little smaller reality shows. Yeah.
Got it. All right, more questions. So Kyle asked, is the update also going to work with Samsung tablets or Android? Not yet. Okay.
Android tablets are all over the place. The ecosystem's too fractured to develop an iPad-esque type app that would actually feel good to everyone.
Got it. Okay. And one thing I did want to mention, because I saw it, there's quarter 20 on the top and the bottom. So, quarter 20.
And it's got RE compatible pinouts for anti-locking, anti-twist type stuff.
Very cool. All right, let's see. People are congratulating you on your yard. And let's see. Kyle also wants to know, is there a version 2 of the sync boxes in the works?
I would always push back on the TC2 concept with what do you want in a new timecode box? Like what features are missing in the TC1 that you feel we need to update? And if you have those feelings about the TC1, the PR2, because we're still not done developing this, if you have ideas of what you want in the PR8, give us your feedback. We're very responsive and listening.
And what's the best way to reach out to you?
Honestly, social media, on our user groups on Facebook, we check. Down in the video comment sections on YouTube or an Instagram post.
Yeah, you guys make some great videos.
We are out there all the time. We're coming back to YouTube more this summer with more educational content. I've been shooting a lot of new stuff. All that sections we check everywhere.
Great. All right. Perfect. Well, I think we got it. I want to thank you, Andrew, for having us by, sharing your glorious new hairdo. It's really nice. It looks really good. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you for watching. We've got a little bit more from day one of NAB coming up soon. Stay tuned.